boys and girls. I wanted to read a little story to you today that means something special to me and my family. And this book is called The Tickle Monster. Now, my daughter, who is now going to be 12 in a couple months, when she turned 1, a dear friend of mine, the middle school art teacher, Mrs. Smith, gifted this book to me, well, to Ella. And that's my daughter's name. They came with these fun little mitts. So what you do is, like your parents or whoever might read to you, or maybe if you're reading to a little brother or sister, you put the mittens on in there. You have a space for your fingers. And because this is called the Tickle Monster, it's all about tickles. Now, this is something you would do like your parent would do with you, something like that, read to you. And it's by Josie Bissett, and it's illustrated by Kevin J. Atterbury. Okay, so Josie Bissett is the author. She's actually an actress too. And then the illustrator is the one that draws the pictures. So the author writes, I come from Planet Tickle, you see. I'm a monster, but not the kind you must flee. I'm the happiest, silliest, zaniest kind. My talent is tickling. I think you'll soon find. I've traveled the galaxy, planets, and stars. I've tickled my way from Venus to Mars. I've traveled the world from Texas to Pisa. I've tickled King Tut and the Great Sphinx at Giza. Tickling my lovies is what I do best. Are you sure you're ready for what's coming next? I'm all in a tizzy, quite frizzy and dizzy. My fingers are squiggly, your pickles are wiggly. I may not be right, but I'd venture to say you ought to be tickled 10 times a day. So please don't you move, you better stay putsy. My first stop will be your adorable footsie. Tickle, 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 tickle. I need just a moment, as a matter of factly, to scheme where I'll tickle you next exactly. I'll tell you a secret, you sweet little pea. It's time to tickle your cute bony knee. I want you to know the tickles are ending. Not true, of course. I'm only pretending. Get ready for laughter, 'cause here I come to tickle and tackle your little tum-tum. Let's stop, if you will. I have a request. My fingers are tired. They need a short rest. Just for a moment, let's make funny faces. Be fishes or monkeys or something outrageous. Surely by now you must be believing. My spaceship is waiting and soon will be leaving. So let's say goodbye. Oh my, what the heck? I've decided to stay and nibble your neck. No camel or kitten or bulldog or beagle. No kangaroo, elephant, zebra, or eagle. No octopus, platypus, chipmunk, or toucan knows how to giggle as well as you can. With big mitts like mine, my talents are obvious. Everyone says my tickling is marvelous. Here, let me prove it. Holy moly, kind kitties. The next place to tickle is your underarm pitties. Oh boy, yuck. I'm not tickling that on anybody, you know what I'm saying, guys? Hold still now, no jumping or flinching or wiggling, no smiling or smirking or snorting or giggling. Now comes the moment for us to be serious. Next you shall see something very mysterious. What? For my crowning achievement, I'll tickle your toes and your elbows, your knees, your neck, and your toes, and your earlobes, your eyebrows, your chin, quite a tally. I'll tickle them all for my big grand finale. Phew, that's enough. I'm exhausted from laughing. I've had so much fun. What a great time we're having. But now I must leave, find my coat, grab my hat. Planet Tickle is calling. It's time for my nap. Now please don't you worry and please don't you fret, because Tickle Monster isn't done with you yet. Here's one more thing before I must go. I love you so much, I want you to know. What a sweet story that is. So that's a book that I like to read to my daughter and my son. And actually, my son even read it to my daughter when they were little too, and we put our little mitts on and give little tickles. That's just kind of a fun story. But I thought it went really great with the project we're doing today. I'm losing my camera here, guys. So, let me take my mitts off and show you what we're making. Here, we're gonna make a little Tickle Monster puppet. Now it doesn't look exactly like the storybook because I wanted to be creative and make it my own. So we're gonna go step by step on how we can make that. What you are gonna be needing for this project though, you're gonna need a brown, some type of paper bag. Let me see if I can find my example here. A paper bag, like that you would put your lunch in, okay? You need some construction paper, different colors. You're gonna need some Elmer's glue or some type of glue. Glue stick would probably even work. Either crayons or oil pastels. A pair of scissors. And if you have a black marker, if not, that's fine. Pencil as well. And then I'll show you how to get this started. Now, one thing I also want to show you guys before we start is this. I have kind of, this is a front porch that I'm in today. This is our front porch of my house. And I've kind of started to turn it into an art studio for my daughter and myself. So that's why there's a lot of shelves behind you, a lot of stuff going on. We've been working on it. Okay, so what I'm doing is grabbing some type of color construction paper and I'm kind of putting it under that fold of the bag and then I'm flipping it over and I'm going to trace it. The side of it in that, so I know about how big I need to make this paper to fit so I can cover up my brown paper bag. So now I'm going to cut that piece of paper out and then I will glue it down. So now I take that, see how it fits right under the fold of the paper bag, and I'm going to take my glue and put it right on. So now I'm taking another piece of green paper. You could certainly make your head a different, and I'm different color. I want to make sure that the head is going to be big enough to go over that folded part. So I kind of traced it. You could have it in front of it, and then I'm going to draw an outline around it. I want mine to be a little bit bigger, and I want it kind of furry looking. So I'm going to take a black marker so you can see my line better. You can use a marker or pencil, and I'm just kind of making some jagged lines. You could just make a simple shape, like draw a curved line to make like a half a circle. You can make it a square head, whatever you want. I want it to have kind of like a furry look, so that's why I drew this jagged line. Now I'm going to cut that out after I erase the line. I'm also going to stick a black or green piece of paper to the back of it. So I'm kind of tracing the paper bag so I know about how wide to make it so I can completely cover the back of my puppet. So once that piece is cut out, I'm going to put some glue to the back of my monster puppet and then stick the green paper on top of that. Make sure to give that paper a good massage with your hands. Now I'm just going to start to cut out shapes and add details for my monster. Right now I'm making an eye. So I took some white construction paper. I'm going to color the black part of the eye. I could have 2 eyes, 1 eye, lots of eyes. It's my monster. I can make whatever I want. I'm just going to make it like a Cyclops monster with 1. So after I draw that, I'll cut it out and glue it onto the face of the monster. I'm going to create a fun eyebrow on top of my eye. I'm now adding a nose, so I'm just making an oval shape. I'm going to cut that out and glue that on. Now I've just made some squares to make some teeth. So I folded a white piece of paper a couple times so I can have a few teeth. I'm just going to actually use 2 of them, but I'm going to take them and then glue them on to show the mouth. So basically, my teeth are sticking out, and I use the bottom of that fold because that's where the puppet's going to be talking. So you want it to look like it's, you know, the mouth. Once I get them glued down, I'm going to add a little bit of a smile line to show that's also the mouth. All right, so I'm just taking some colored paper now and I'm folding it into some rectangles. I'm going to make some antennas for my monster. You don't have to do that. That's what I choose for mine. But you could even add like a mohawk to the hair, whatever you want to do. So I cut 2 strips of blue, and now I'm going to glue them to the back of the head, but at the top. So now I want to make some circles for the top of my antennas to give it some more dimension. So I fold my paper in half, so I'll have 2 of them by cutting through 1, and then I'll just cut that out and glue them on the top. I'm actually going to give an accordion fold, so I'm folding down and then folding back and then forward and then back to give a little spring to those antennas. So I'll do that on both sides, and then there you go. So once again, take the antenna, fold it forward or fold it down towards you, then fold it back away from you, fold it towards you, fold it back. That's how you do that accordion fold. And it comes off, just stick it back on there. Another detail I'm adding is a little yellow belly to my monster. So I'm just taking an extra sheet of paper, create like a rainbow curve or half of a long skinny oval. Then I'll just cut that out and glue that to the front of the monster's body. I'm going to take an oil pastel or crayon and I'm going to add some details, like I'm putting on some spots on mine. A little bit in the front and a little bit in the back as well. Now I'm going to create some arms, and I'm just going to take 2 strips or 2 rectangles. I'm taking 1 long one and just going to cut it in half, and then I'll do that accordion fold and attach some hands that I make. And the hands, I'm going to use the same color paper, blue again. You could use any color you want. I'm taking a blue piece of paper and folding it in half again, because remember, if you want more than one, just fold paper in half and cut through both, and you'll have more than one without having to cut it a bunch of different times. So I'm doing that accordion fold. This time I'm folding it once again down and then back and then down. Do that for both my papers. And then I'm going to glue the hands to the ends of each of those arms. So I'll glue one on, and then I'm going to glue it to the side of the bag. So I'm going to kind of lift up that one side, put a little bit of glue in there, and then stick the arm on. Add the other side as well. Alright, so now I'm creating the feet for my puppet. You don't have to make feet, but I'm going to fold my paper in half again, and then that way I'll get 2 feet instead of, you know, by just making 1, I'll get 2. So I'm doing almost like a human looking foot, and then I'm also going to add a little claw to the big toe in the front. So I take a white crayon, oil pastel, whatever you have, and make the little claw. Then I'm going to cut those out and glue them to the bottom of my. And then once again, I'm gluing those feet on, but I'm putting them at the bottom in the front of my puppet. Good. How fun is that puppet? I love it. It turned out pretty good. Okay guys, so here is your finished product. What do you think, guys? And then you put your hand in there and then you move them down. It makes it look a little bit more like he's talking. Now you could put some paper in there, add some teeth and a tongue as well. That's totally up to you. My little hands are flying forward, but so what do you think, Fred? I'm gonna name him Fred. I love it. I like my cousin. Oh, you do you? Oh, I'm glad you like it. It's good to see you, kids. I hope you have fun making me. Oh, I think you're really cute. You're so cute. Yeah, welcome. All right, so guys, stay tuned for tomorrow. I'll be back again to do another art project with you. I hope you enjoyed making these monster puppets today. See ya!